All right. What is happening today? Today is... I don't even know what today is. It's just like a day. It's a Sunday. Man, I'm feeling quite... So basically what just happened, I just had a little lunch thing with my orchestra teacher and two people that also graduated this year. Now, Asian man plays the viola. I don't play no violin, you know. I'm all about breaking stereotypes. But, you know, I digress. I play a stringed instrument, play the viola. Your boy was ass. Was terrible. And I've made, like... Because it's based in Toucan, Rhode Island, and it's like a 30-minute drive from my house, right, where we play orchestra. And just some like lore on the channel, on the OW channel. I make videos whenever I feel like I want to talk, right? They're like my journal entries. They're like stuff I want to remember, you know, and be able to look back upon in like 5, 10, 15 years and be like, damn, look at me go. You know what I'm saying? And so I get quite pensive, it's a good word, after these orchestra practices, because they end, you know, it's like, it'll be like 8:30 at night. I'm gonna be home at 9. Sometimes I'm really hungry, so I'll get like some food, and then I'll, you know, start my kind of, not super long, but long enough where I sit there and I start thinking about stuff, right? And also, I always feel very reflective after playing music. So for, you know, every day or every week on a Tuesday, I typically make a video, right? And now, like I was saying about the lore behind OW, you know, I make videos, or I have countless videos that are unreleased, right? They're unreleased gems. Not really, because a big majority of them happen post orchestra practice. And in the post orchestra practice mindset of Malik is, I always felt really sad because I never really achieved my full potential with like playing a musical instrument, right? Hold up. I'm not bad, okay? I don't want to sound like that kid's like, oh, I'm so trash at everything. I can play viola, okay? I can read the notes. I can keep tempo, you know, I can do pitch pretty well. I got the vibrato down and everything. I can play fast, I can play slow, I can play the whole dynamic stuff. But I am under no misconceptions that I am terrible, you know, in the grand scheme of things. I'm not, like, my tone and my music and my voice, my musical voice, if you would say, is not very profound. I'm not very articulate when it comes to music. And that's fine, you know. Whatever, right? But a lot of times, and a lot of these unreleased videos are me post-orchestra practice, and they all start with the same thing. I say, all right, just got done with orchestra practice, about to drive home, and then I take a big sigh, and I'm like, oh, you know, I regret not working hard. I regret not putting in the effort because, you know, back when I was 6 or 7 years old, I started playing, right? I started when I was I was like 6 or 7, and I know for a fact, and I highly doubt that anybody else watching this video was doing anything remotely meaningful when they were 6 to 7 years old, right? So I know I was doing some bullshit, right? Like I was like, I don't even know what I was just doing nothing, right? I didn't even start playing video games. I was like playing like Jetpack Joyride on my Kindle Fire. Like I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing, right? So I regret a lot not practicing, because I could have practiced I could have found 30 minutes a day, but you know, I'm like a 6-year-old kid. I don't have discipline. I don't understand, you know, the effect of the compound of hard work compounding into large dividends, right? I didn't understand that. And so fast forward 10 years, I get done with orchestra practice and I feel sad because I'm not playing well, and I know I don't play well. And you know, I never even when I had the metacognition to be like, you're complaining about not playing good, the answer is to work harder. Obviously, like, why don't you just work harder? And I never did it because I rationaled it away, you know. I reasoned, you know, there's no point. I'm not, you know, I just have a few more months and I'm done and whatever. And I don't regret that. I really don't. It's maybe later on in life I'll pick it up and I can, you know, when I feel like I have time. But again, that's kind of a bad mindset. That's kind of a scary, that's a slippery slope. Okay, if you guys will, of saying, I'll just push stuff off later, I'll learn stuff later, because later might never come. And maybe on my deathbed, I could get in a crash right now, boom, like that, instantly paralyzed from the neck down, paraplegic, never be able to touch the viola again. And I might be really disappointed in my mindset. But, you know, life's about bets, and I'm betting that one day, hopefully, I will have an interest and will have the ability to take the time to play. But all that is to say is that this is a big side tangent. This is really nothing to do with the point of my video. Anyways, all that's actually an intro, because what happened today was I had a little lunch with my orchestra conductors, you know, and some friends who are also graduating. And it's one of those moments that you can point to as a marker of a moment of change in your life, right? Obviously, there's obvious ones. Graduation. Sure. Honestly, graduation for me, I made an overthinking waging video post grad, and I didn't post it because it was not very insightful. However, however, you know, building off of that, graduation just felt normal. It felt like it didn't feel special, right? It didn't feel like it didn't feel like a monumentous change just happened. Like, what did I do? That day, like, I went home, ate some pizza with my, like, family, had, like, a cake. They, low-key, W aunts, W uncles, low-key, they slid me some bread, keeping me going. That's why I stay unemployed. They low-key slid me a lot, well, for me, a lot of bread. They slid me like 1.5 bands or something like that in total or some shit. I was like, bet that. So, I guess that was a little bit monumentous. But, in the grand scheme of my life, don't feel super, it didn't feel super big, right? Because after I ate some food, you know, I went to a friend's house, a couple friends, it was like, you know, a few people just slept over at my friend's house. Yeah, that was it. It was super, like, chill. Like, and then next day, it felt like normal. It just felt, oh, now it's summer, you know? How many times have I had a last day of school, you know? How many times have I had a first day of summer? I'll tell you, 12 times. But it's like, it didn't feel that special. But this day, right here, I'll say it right now, this was different. This lunch, this pizza, right? We had pizza, you know, at this place in Toucan, Wisconsin. We had some pizza. It's nice, good pizza. But I can just feel that, you know, like puzzle pieces are shifting. And I'll tell you why. So much of the conversation during this lunch thing was reminiscing, obviously, of good memories, good times, about, you know, fun things. Like, obviously, I like my orchestra teacher. Like, obviously, I'm close. Like, I feel like more than you would expect. She's also just a really great person. So, you know, well, I don't think anyone watching this video would understand this reference, but I will understand this reference 10 years from now. So, she will be getting a chapter in my book. She used to say that a lot about her students, you know. But who knows? Maybe one day I will write a book. if my life turns into something meaningful. We'll see. Where else am I going? What was I saying with that? Oh yeah, change, right? The whole time, we're reminiscing, and then we're also just talking. The bulk of it was just talking about what are we doing, Like, she's like, how, like, you pick your classes yet? Or how, when are you moving in? When is this happening? What clubs do you want to do? Like, do you think you might play orchestra in college? Hell no. Fuck that. I love playing in an orchestra setting. I hate the practicing. I just, because I don't like practicing my thing on my own. Like, I really enjoy playing in a group though. But I'm not doing orchestra. I won't have time. Wait, what else was there? Dude, I'm so like... Side tangent. Your boy is low-key fixing his sleeping schedule. Shout out me. Woke up. Well, this might be TMI. It is TMI. I'm still going to share it. Last night, I went to bed at like 1, okay? Not the best, but few days I've been doing really good, so like it's okay. Dude, I woke up like 2 times during the night, and I had like the worst bowel movements, bro. Like, I was feeling horrible, dude. Oh my god, bro. I still feel like really... It's low-key because I think I consumed like a lot of shitty food yesterday, and yeah, I just... Yesterday was a special day in and of itself, but not in the context of my life. But I think this day was. So I'll get back to it. We're just talking about what are we doing with the future? What's this and this? And unlike graduation, graduation felt like just the normal course of events. It just felt like it was routine, right? Humans are accustomed to routines. We perform better when we're doing a routine. We feel more comfortable when there's a routine. And I've been in the routine of high school and, primary and secondary, just primary education. Last day, boom, summer. And, so I didn't feel different, right? And now I'm here. This is like out of the blue kind of thing. This is not routine because it's significant. I don't have a yearly lunch with my orchestra teacher, which maybe I will, because that actually be a nice little thing to do. But I don't, right? So it's different. It's not normal. It's against the routine. So it just stands out. And the whole time we're just really hammering home, like going to college and doing this and I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm super excited about college. It'll be fun, I think. I'm a little stressed out about it because like I know I'm just gonna have, it's because I think I'm just getting a little burnt out. Like, I was burnt out at the end of the senior year, and I was really, really enjoying not having to give a fuck about school anymore. And now I have to like get back into the grooves of giving a fuck about school. And like, I'm doing a hard major, and everyone hypes up how hard like engineering is going to be. And I feel like I'm not crazy, but like I can definitely feel imposter syndrome because, like everyone says that engineering is super, super hard, and it's like it's like one of the hardest degrees you can do. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome. I'm not sitting here expecting it, because like all of high school, TS was like fucking piss easy, bro. Like, that shit was, I could shit on a piece of paper and get an A. No offense. Maybe that was a little bit graphic and not true, but I got bad grades in high school. Maybe I'm being oh my god, it's so hot, bro. Sorry, bro. Bad audio. My bad. Damn it. Bro, I'm looking hella tan, dude. Oh, what was I saying? I'm just losing my track, dude. It's so hot. But yeah, like now, like I'm kind of scared because, oh my god. Just because of the kind of like the reputation that my degree has, I'm a little scared. So yeah, that's it. But back to this like lunch thing. It feels kind of melancholic because, well, pause. That I used that word wrong, because melancholic is correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have Google. I don't have no Starlink, but oh my God, dude, I feel sick. Oh my God. That was really cold. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening? Dude, I've been consuming like an ungodly amount of icy pops and bomb pops recently. Oh my God, something's not right. Ah! Okay, let me focus. I'm driving a car right now. Okay. So, yeah. What was I saying? The like melancholic is actually like a word used to describe a sudden sense of sadness. No, not sudden. That's the wrong. A sadness for which you don't know the reason for. That's what melancholic is supposed to mean. Melancholy. So I know what the sadness is. It's because these people that I'm having this lunch with, I don't normally talk to, right? Like, they're not my bestest friends ever. They're not people that I call up. And that's fine. It's just, because I see them like once a week for the last 11 years, right? So it's like, we're like, I would say a step beyond acquaintance and definitely friends. Like, I have their numbers and stuff. It's not like I've never talked to these people, but I know that the odds of our paths crossing again are slim, right? I'm certain that, I will see them again in my life. I feel like that'd be kind of ridiculous for me to say that I wouldn't. And that would be pretty sad to say. But I know that the closeness that I've had with these people is going away. And I think that that's true because that it's just, like I said, it's a marker of great change, right? I'm not saying that this luncheon is the cause of great change is the great change or is a great change in my life. It's just marking, it's a place that I can point to that's like, my life is different and will be different post this day. And expanding that beyond just the people I'm sitting, had the lunch with, I know that a bunch of people that I've seen, like, I'm thinking about one friend in particular I've gone to schools with since I was 4 years old, right? That's like, what, 14 years in total? Well, it's probably more like 13 years, 12 years. Let's just say 12. You do all the math out and round it up. 12 years going to the same schools as someone, minus 1 year because minus like 2 years actually. It's a whole thing. Let's just say a decade, right? We go to school with the guy for a decade. Now, that's a crazy thing to think about. Like, if we don't go to the same, we don't, go to the same schools. Well, starting now, I mean, already we don't go to the same schools, which is really sad. But for the next 9 years, I'm thinking about the math right now. Hold up. I'm trying to do the math right now because I know that if the figures are like kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, my friend has to now live life. Well, I'm not gonna say without me. It's not like I'm like married to this dude, but without, seeing me like pretty much every single day for like, just say random, like 5 years. Like, you go like half a decade without seeing me like practically every day, and he would still have spent more time seeing me like every single day than he has not, right? That's kind of crazy to think about, right? That's how long I've gone to school with this dude. And still, there's also like other friends like I met, high school and stuff like that, and we're just all going in different ways. And you would think that like graduation would have been that marker of change, but it's not. And just, I think it's really hitting me today that change is happening. I gotta get shit from my dorm room, bro. I gotta get clothes, man. I'm going clothes shopping soon, bro. Like, I have no drip. I have no wardrobe. It's really depressing. But I think, and I knew it in the moment. Okay. Shout out The Office. How are you supposed to know you're in the good old days before you leave them? And I definitely knew that while I was in high school, that I felt like I was very aware of the fact that post high school, you're not going to see the same people you see every single day as often, if not ever. And you can tell yourself that over and over and over again. You can be like, I know, like, this day, and then it's not gonna happen. Blah 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 blah. Right? You could tell yourself that a million times while you're in high school, and I'm sure, like, at a job or whatever, or in college. You can keep on telling yourself that over and over and over again, but it won't hit you the first day that you're not together anymore, right? It'll hit you a while after. And I think it's hitting me today, because this day right here marks a very clear moment of separation between me and this kind of orchestra group, because this is like set up and now it's done. Now we're kind of have free reign. I think it's a unique situation where I don't have that with other people in my life. It's just, I don't know, it's a little scary, I think. I think that's part of maybe my apprehension about going to college. I'm a little scared, a little scaredy cat. That could be it. But I don't know. I think it'll be fun. I'll be fine. But it's sad. Like, if you told me that you could choose, like, to either roll the dice or, like, I want to say, like, live the rest of my life in this, like, perpetual high school moment, I wouldn't say that. That might be a little bit extreme. But I feel like I, for one, and obviously this is not true for everyone, like, some people have, like, very terrible high school experiences and, like, really hate it. But I feel like I lucked out and I had a great high school experience. All things being said. And I don't know. I wouldn't be unhappy, like, I don't know how to describe what I'm saying. Like, I just know that I'm very fortunate, and I'm very grateful for, like, the experience that I had in high school, and I'm hoping that college is going to live up to it. And I don't know if it will or not. Like, it could totally, like, blow high school out of the water, or it could just suck absolute ass. Like, it could just suck dick, right? I could just be surrounded by a bunch of people that I don't really like, not really build any good connections, and just be, like, fucked. Which probably won't happen. Like, I would hope that doesn't happen. But again, you never know, man. Talk about control. Nobody has any control. Which is, I don't know, man. It's just, it is it's a surreal feeling. It really is. Like, damn, like, this is it. Like, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, bro. How y'all feeling? Like, melancholy. Bittersweet, maybe that's the way to describe it. Sure, but it's just, I don't know if the sweetness is there yet. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people romanticize college and say it's, like, really fun and amazing, but nobody could say that, my experience is going to be like that. Obviously, I'm not, what's it called? I'm not going in with the mindset of, oh, my college experience is going to be ass. But I know it's a possibility. And I think that I'm just hyper aware of it because, well, one, I'm older. And, like, back in middle school, like, I wasn't, my middle school experience was shit. So, well, also because like COVID and shit, like, nothing really we could have done. But now I'm, what's it called? I'm very aware, and I'm a little skeptical, I guess. I don't know. Big conclusions. Today was not a rough day. It was definitely a good day. Got some pizza, reminisced, kind of felt nostalgia, but also knowing that the future is, people's pathways are branching out now, and that's a great thing for everybody. You know, it wouldn't be what's the tallest tree in the forest, bruh? It ain't no bamboo stick. I'll tell you that much. Because people got to break off. People got to branch off, you know? There's probably some, like, engineering or, like, fucking physics property or some shit that says that. Those tall, like, skinny little things can't go super high up, no? Stuff does have to eventually branch off. And that's what we're doing right now. You know, we're branching off. Everybody around me is branching off. And that's okay, obviously. Everyone has their own path to follow. Everyone has their own path to make. But it's scary because we don't know what's to come. I know that my path has been pretty good recently, and I don't want that to change, but it could. And it's all part of the story. It's all part of life. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm feeling very like damn, shit really is happening. Like, it's really dawning on me. Like, damn, bro, like, I gotta go to, like, freaking Target and Walmart, bro. And I gotta freaking buy shit, bro. I gotta get stuff for my dorm. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, conclusion. I just said the conclusion. So I don't really know why I just said conclusion again. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, let me know how y'all feeling. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Peace out, guys.